In August 2025, a robot named Galbot won a medicine sorting gold medal in Beijing. The easy story is medal first, deployment next. The dates run the other way. By June, before the games, Xinhua reported that nearly 10 Beijing stores were already using the system in regular operation. The medal did not create those stores. It arrived after them. That date correction changes the whole claim. The 2024 pages show pharmacy demonstrations and future deployment plans, not a live network or a verified daily order figure. The bounded operating record appears later. The Smart Retail solution was launched in March 2025. By June 23rd, Xinhua reported nearly 10 Beijing stores in regular operation. On August 8th, Xinhua named a retail deployment at Zhongguancun Art Park. 9 days later, Galbot won the medicine event. The sequence rejects one specific story. This medal could not have caused deployments already documented before it. Separate the result from the story around it. New Beijing News reported 336 points for Galbot, against 172.5 and 141. A trade report gave the winning time as 10 minutes, 22 seconds, with 9 specified medicines selected from shelves. New Beijing News also reported the team's statement that Galbot ran without remote control. The task tested perception, grasping, and placement under contest conditions. But autonomy is team reported, not independently audited. And one winning run provides no uptime, intervention rate, service life, cost per order, or customer accepted output log. 2 separate records line up. Record 1, stores operating before the event. Record 2, a large winning margin in a related task. The first shows commercial use without operational denominators. The second shows contest performance, not a pharmacy shift. That boundary also resolves the apparent 2026 contradiction. A report called a Haiti incite the country's first humanoid robot drug retail scene. It says the new element was a drug operation license, distinguishes earlier medical device retail licensing, and names Haiwang Xingchen Pharmacy on Damling Street. In April, Beijing Daily documented Galbot on regular duty at Family Mart Zhongguancun Dinghao, with named food service tasks and a food operation permit. The record became more specific after the medal. It did not begin with it. Now compare what other medals revealed. South China Morning Post reported Unitree left with 11 medals, including 4 golds. Its 2026 Shanghai debut opened 629% above the IPO price, near $66 billion in market value, then closed at a 460% gain. That is a market outcome, not a deployment ledger. In our bounded public evidence index, we found no named workplace deployment for the base Unitree G1. That does not mean none exists. The searched record did not name one. X-Humanoid reported 10 medals, 2 gold, 6 silver, 2 bronze. It later announced more than 700 million renminbi in financing. At cutoff, the registered source still promised scaled Tiangong 3.0 delivery in the second half of 2026. It did not document completed deliveries. Medals, valuation, financing, and deployment are 4 different columns. The organizer's language is more careful than the slogan it became. Beijing official Zhang Guangxi said that once robots master these last-meter skills, they can win orders with medals and move from the arena to the workplace. Can, not did. Regulations describe a platform for innovation, display, and validation. Zhang predicted that some competition rules would evolve into practical acceptance standards. Would evolve, not already adopted. Autonomy is not one switch. In 2026, the 400 meters, 1,500 meters and 4 by 100 relay are autonomous after the start command. Obstacle races may be remote or autonomous. Free fighting permits remote control, full body teleoperation, or autonomy. Scene work tasks can weight autonomy at 1.0 and remote control at 0.5. The rules tell us what is allowed. They do not tell us which mode every robot actually used. The games publish safety procedures, emergency stops, fault handling, restart windows, and penalties. What they do not publish is a standardized field reliability dataset for the medalists. No fleet-level mean time between failures. No duty cycle uptime, per shift intervention rate, service life test, or independent product safety certificate. The organizer published an official image medal poster, so our earlier absence claim was wrong. But a poster is not an operating log, and 26 program events are not 26 comparable deployment tests. Even 2056 robots needs a label. It belongs to 2026 pre-opening registration, not 2025 starters or finishers. The missing object is not another medal table. It is the denominator table. Policy is now pushing the same direction, but the wording still matters. In June 2026, China's Industry Ministry and State Assets Regulator targeted more than 100 high-value scenarios and 10,000 unit scale deployment capacity by year-end. That is not an order for exactly 10,000 robots. It is a capacity target built around application validation and regular deployment. Separately, a task medal can provide evidence of bounded contest capability. A task event can expose perception, control, and recovery under common rules. It can make that bounded capability visible. Then the real test begins. Named site, repeated task, accepted output, interventions, downtime, service life, and cost. The arena can show bounded task performance. The workplace can supply the operating record. Galbot's medal matters, but it did not create deployments already operating. It shows a related task under competition pressure, evidence of alignment, not causation or field certification. Keep two records separate, what happened in the arena and what a named customer can show happened again at work. The robot games can reveal bounded task performance. The operating record still comes from work. If that's how you want robotics judged, by what can be checked, not by what looks inevitable, subscribe to the machine audit. Bring the robot and the primary source for the next audit.